residential.
All right, well,
We
tell
are,
me what you're
I
going to
don't
do
know,
different in person.
Well, I'm saying it's up to you. It's up to your, how much you want to change custom.
No, that's not
I
what I'm
think there's a
saying.
lot of psychology in it.
I have a
in terms of dealing with.
I mean, if you can't talk to the other side, you can't go. You're presenting, we went 1,000, we'll go 500.
You have no idea of what information you're telling the other agents actually getting through to the seller.
That's one, yeah.
Listen, I've sat there when you
And sometimes vice versa.
Mm-hmm, absolutely.
You know, the seller might say to the listing agent, I'll go down $500 or $1,000 or $10,000.
I hardly ever tell the seller what the buyer's agent says.
And many times, all,
I mean-
all the listing agent does is present that without seeing how far the other side, I mean, there's really not that much negotiation. We think there is, but there isn't.
That's what I was trying to say. How much, what are you going to do differently? Other than the trust factor between the two.
Well, my point is you can't do anything differently the way it's always been done. Because the
Even as
message, the
a-
message can't get through.
Even as you're presenting for a buyer, though, you're still not negotiating with the seller.
Right. And this is why they think of us more as a lockbox with legs than a true agent. Because the system doesn't allow, really doesn't allow pure agents.
Are we saying, is this a, I don't understand, is it a good thing or a bad thing
But
of,
presenting the offer in person,
yeah,
if I am your buyer, it's a great thing.
yeah. I have a question then while there's listing agents here. I've run into the situation where they will take forever to get back to me. What are they doing? And is there a way
Trying
to
to
get
hope that
around
another
that?
offer comes in, perhaps.
Yes.
Maybe the seller's unavailable. I mean, you don't know. That's part of the issue. You don't know what's going on.
I don't like them having that much power, and as a buyer's agent, we have nothing.
Put that restriction on within the contract, that they must respond within a certain time frame.
Yeah?
Well, and you know what the ultimate answer is?
No, it doesn't.
Here's the ultimate answer. Who wants to buy more, who wants to sell more?
Right,
That's all it ever
right.
So just pretty much just go with
My
the flow.
sister sold her house in Florida. She called me up and said it didn't appraise. What do I do? Well, how much do you want to move?
Right,
Yep.
right, that's the bottom line. Or how much does the buyer really
Or how
want the
much
house?
is it? Yeah. So it's,
Well, it's
Okay.
not always, that's not that easy with the buyer. They make some financing and they don't have any cash. And they're strapped at their max. So
you
it
know,
comes
so
down-
if you have
comes down
time to
what
wait,
he said.
maybe find another
Sometimes.
buyer. That's one answer.
Well,
If you've already put a deposit down on your other house and you have to settle by a certain period of time, and you're battling new construction in the same development you're in now, you would do what she did and accepted the lower offer and moved on,
Right,
because they wanted to sell more.
right.
exactly.
Okay, so there's that.
Well,
There's no magic answer.
in,
done.
in a perfect world,
Yeah,
you would present the offer in person for the buyer,
and they would answer me in 24 hours.
No.
and they would answer you in 24 hours.
She's got stuff, right?
That's why there's you guys.
That she does.
Otherwise, they would just go online, fill out a form, the other side would fill out a form, and you wouldn't need.
The homes that are on, that are gonna do the open house.
guys, look what we've blown right through on our schedule.
Richard.
We haven't done
He
it?
wants
We have not
to
done,
start showing them. on
and I
the-
want to explain what we're doing here because we anticipated, I did yesterday when we were getting back. We did have an abbreviated I-call session scheduled for 11:20 to noon today. We're past that, okay? What we're meeting again this afternoon with Audrey and Bobby, and Mark will be here as well. And we've already set dates for the first open houses, that kind of stuff. But we're gonna set the beginning of our I-call session routine. So we'll know what that is tomorrow, okay? There's also some prep work that the office needs to do, getting some call sheets together, et cetera, before the first I-call session. So that was gonna be a challenge as well for doing it right here. So I know y'all are super disappointed that you're not gonna be able to get on the phone and do it and start prospecting today. But it's gonna be very soon, more than likely next week is when we'll get our first one going, okay? But we'll decide that in our meeting this afternoon and we'll let you know. But we will be on schedule for tomorrow at 9 to 10:30, which we're calling sales collaboration. That's our sales meeting. We're gonna have y'all experience the first routine of having our weekly sales meeting using our templates and all that kind of stuff. Come on back. Okay. So we will do that. I do not think we have any new listings to Caravan, do we, tomorrow? Okay. Well, then that'll give us a little more time here and some more time here. So as I told you yesterday, we'll be totally in the weeds and the details of the lead network tomorrow. And then you guys have from 2 to 3:15 all things virtual, which is a webinar in here that you'll be seeing and hearing and actually be able to give feedback. Okay? Sound right?
Yes.
Sounds wonderful.
Y'all feeling good?
Yes.
Awesomeness.
Weikert's pretty awesome. I know. That's good. What's that?
Any questions?
Who's the guy we had at the convention?
All right.
Giovanni's there.
Giovanni, he goes, wow.
This is way cooler.
Wow. I'm sorry. Yes, now wait, don't leave.
While I have you all, which is like, let's not tell them how rare it is.
Well,
This is how it always is at our meetings, right, Bobby? So not. And again, when you talk about money and everything, we're spending tens of thousands of dollars to not only get the franchise, but also launch it the right way. Part of it starts on Monday. The chamber already has embraced it and has sent out ribbon, they're calling it a ribbon cutting, and they have standardized things where all the local politicians will be included. I already have Mike Petit-Damage, the county supervisor. We have 3 different officials coming from Dover Air Force Base that have said they wouldn't miss it. And it's all exciting, so be here. The other thing is 4 o'clock on Monday. This is the official press announcement that's going to be going out so that you know how it's being worded and how to position your words. So that's very important that you study that, so you understand when people go why, you're going, oh, as Audrey said so, that works here, but it really doesn't really sound so cool over other places.
Or if they say, what's this Meacher thing?
Yeah.
Meacher.
That's what my accountant said. The banner for the pull-up banner, this is kind of obviously cut off, but just so you know, all of the event materials we've updated, and they're all going to be here shortly. This, I couldn't get it printed high enough. This is the actual billboard that's been approved. It was just approved a half hour ago, which is why I had to leave the room. I had to make sure it went into production. I don't know that it'll be here Monday. We might be too late at this point. But our exciting news here is that Weichert, because they're so flexible, unlike Keller Williams, Long and Foster, and Caldwell Banker, the billboard is going to say, first class properties plus Weichert Realtors, first class. A first class real estate and property management experience. Turn left at the light. This is how it'll look.
Oh, that's what the billboard is.
It's bright, yeah, it's bright yellow. It'll really, it still shows that we're not out of business, we're not disappearing. The fact that they allowed it is phenomenal, which is why I'm standing here next to this guy, because if they didn't allow stuff like this, you know how I get. So I'm very excited that that's the advantage of dealing with a small, it's not a small business person, but a business person that's really active in the business and understands how to treat people and how to get things done. So this is very exciting for all of us. Also, the main sign will be covered on Friday with a tarp and unveiled on Monday. And there is going to be a directional at the front. We've got first class properties. There will be a Weichert directional also that will also be covered until 4 o'clock on Monday. That's also being installed on Friday.
Cool.
So this will be exciting.
And that's just right down the street, right?
It's right down the street here.
Nice.
Yeah. So thank you.
So just one other thing real quick, we're going to be sending out letters that we're finalizing to all of our active listings, not our pending listings, but our active listings, to let them know that you're going to be out there to change their sign next week, basically. And so it's real simple, letting them know it's just a name change, and also inviting them to the Monday, June 4th unveiling. So I need to make sure that I have every seller's accurate address. If they are not living in the property, please make sure that Dawn has it, because it's not always right in public records, and it's not always on your listing contract. So I need to make sure that I have those today.
We have hors d'oeuvres coming from Cajun Queen and desserts coming from the lady that did the Christmas party, and I have 100 champagne glasses.
Will be?
Cool.
Bobby, you're sending
I won't
that
be here
today?
tomorrow, so
I
I
can
just
try to get
want
out by
to
the end of
take
the day,
the opportunity
yes.
to say, welcome, thanks for being here. We're real excited. This is our first franchise office in Delaware. So you're kind of part of the Founders Club, if you will. I think, hey, we took a big leap of faith when we joined way back when. The franchise was just getting started. And we sat there and had a lot of questions. And I just went back and said, you know what? Jim Weichert has one more jet, one more yacht, one more helicopter than I do. So let me listen to him. And it works. It just, you know, Marty Reuter's president of Weichert Real Estate Affiliates. We grew up together. I worked for his father for 17 years. And when I came on board, I said, well, so what's Weichert have? I mean, I knew them as a competitor in the Philly area, but not all the ins and outs. And he said, well, we have this listing presentation. Wow, it's exciting. What else you got? Open houses. Oh, pick me up off the floor. There's somebody out there. They said, all right, wise guy, you know, just, there's two differences. One is Jim has tweaked these simple things to where they're different. And that's all that matters. David Knox, you know David Knox is a trainer, speaker, real estate speaker.
Yes.
He has a saying, you don't necessarily have to be the best. You just have to be there. And I add to that, and be different. Because the consumers all think we're the same, and we all charge the same for not doing whatever it was we said we would do. Right? So be different. So Doors is different. First of all, every company has a listing presentation. The difference is we use ours. And one of the reasons we use ours is because it's different. It focuses on the seller and the property rather than you and the company, which is what they want. Open houses. We have a system. Did you go over open houses yet?
Yeah.
You know, there's a timeline to follow and how many signs and how many balloons and all that, and it gets more people there. So, you know, it took me a while to just, you know, put my arms down and just kind of start to accept things because it works. You know, he didn't grow the largest privately owned real estate company in the country by winging it. You know, so just follow the systems. It'll make you more money. You know, you'll be more professional. You'll be different. You'll get more business. And you know, none of us could stand up here for 13 years and preach something we don't really believe in. And we've seen it work. We see where it doesn't work. You know, our most productive and profitable offices, it's almost like blind acceptance. You know, Scott Jackson, one of our best franchisees down in the Myrtle Beach area. Somebody will say to Scott, well, how'd you get this big? How'd you get this profitable? He just shrugs his shoulders and I just did what they told me to do.
He usually points at us. He'll point at you or me. There you go. Just what they said.
And then we have what Marty calls Weichert Light, which is, you know, they kind of do this and kind of do that. Well, they're not as successful. And then we have a few, luckily just a few, who bought the most expensive sign they could put on their building.
And did none of it.
And did none of it. You know, and they're not making money or they're out of business. So we know it works. We can you know, point you to actual, you know, here's who's doing it and it's working, and they not only survived the recession or depression, whatever the heck it was we had, they thrived during it. You know, so I know a lot of this is big change for a lot of you. It's big changes for the marketplace. But think of that as what an opportunity. You know, most markets we go into, open houses have kind of either gone away or have been greatly reduced, right? Well, think of the opportunity. That is the most effective way to market yourself and your company. Because it's one of the few things that consumers see. You know, they don't see all that stuff you're doing in the background, but they can see that. You know, and it's a great way to get business. And listings get more listings. You know, and you need to be a listing agent. Most of your business should come from listings, not from sales. And for most of the industry, it's bass backwards. You know, in most areas, inventory is low, but there's inventory.
You didn't pronounce it.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Mixed company. But in most areas, there's a low inventory, but there is inventory.
Didn't stop Kirk.
And what? No, I know that. And what happens is you're sitting there saying, "I know somebody else is going to get the listing. It's not going to be me, because I'm not going out and prospecting." So we're allowing the competition to get whatever business is out there, and then we hope we have a buyer to buy it. Are you in a situation where you're having multiple bids right now?
Yes.
Yeah. So do you want to be the agent working with one of the 5 buyers trying to buy that listing, or do you want to be the listing agent having 5 buyers fighting over it? Yeah, so go do listings. You know, I did pre-license classes for like 6 years. I never heard a person in there say, oh, I want to list houses. It's all, I want to help somebody buy something. I want to help somebody buy their first home. Nobody was ever thinking sellers, but that's where the business is. I started in 1976, and I still remember what a trainer told us back then: listers are lasters. So go out and multiply.
And
Go out Sorry, I said that.
That's all right, eh? See you guys in the morning.
Thank you.
Maybe around this afternoon. So we'll see you tomorrow. Now, Audrey? We'll do our 1:30 reconvening again, and then